Hello, everybody. I know I've been talking about how religion has been killing Nigeria and Nigerians, but today I want to talk about how religious leaders, both Islamic religious leaders and Christian religious leaders, who are selfish and soulless, are killing Nigerians. You might not know that on a daily basis. You might think that all these religious leaders are sympathetic or about the plight of Nigerians and, are loving and caring in their churches. But if our religious leaders really love the country, the first thing they are supposed to do is to call for the government to cease paying them. They must tell the government to stop paying them. And what am I talking about? The Nigerian government is paying about 1 trillion naira. Almost 1 trillion naira, 700 billion naira annually. Actually, for a single time, that is more than that. If they are paying, let me just use dollars. Nigeria, almost 1 trillion naira, Nigerian government is paying for religious leaders just to go on pilgrimage twice a year. So that's like trillion naira, that's like $1.5 billion. These religious leaders are taking from Nigerian purses, from taxpayers' money, even though they, religious leaders, don't pay taxes. Let's take them one by one. Let's take the Muslims. Nigerian government every year sponsors about 70,000. The last few years, they have been sponsoring like 79,000 people, Muslims, to go on pilgrimage, and on each one of them, they spend at least $5,000. So they give $5,000 to each person, buying their ticket to and fro and their pocket money and their hotel. $5,000 to about 80,000 people just to go to Saudi Arabia. So all that money is being left there in Saudi Arabia because the flight that they will take, it is not Nigerian flight. The hotel that they will stay is not Nigerian hotel. The money they will spend for tourism and everything. So we are making Saudi Arabia rich. And why should the government be paying for this? I don't know. And these soulless, these heartless religious leaders are taking the money from the federal government. And even though the Nigerian economy is bleeding, so Nigeria is spending just on those ones alone about 400 million naira. Dollars, $400 million just for Saudi Arabia, and they do that twice a year. Saudi Arabia economy is growing through tourism, and Nigeria money is going there to feed them. The Christians are not better. Christian leaders are not better. They are also killing the money that's supposed to be used for Nigerians and to make Nigerians better and Nigeria better. The Christians, heartless Christians, 50,000 of them, 50,000 Christians are being sent to visit Jerusalem for nothing, for no economic benefit or political gain. They are leaving that money all in Israel while we are bleeding, dying. Our children are dying of malnutrition. Infant mortality is the highest in Nigeria. And that money that could improve the livelihood of these people, we are spending on these people $5,000 each person to send them to this place, to send them to Jerusalem. And these Christians spend about 300 million naira, $300 million every year just to go to visit Jerusalem. And the Christians, they are not paying taxes too. They are tax exempted, so they are not paying taxes, and they are collecting money still in their congregations. The Muslims too are collecting money in their churches. And that money, they are not using it. They are still going to the federal government to get money. So together, almost $1 billion is being used. And when you talk about them two times, that's almost, more than $1.5 billion they are using to do this pilgrimage twice a year. Twice a year. So what will that, let's say 700 billion naira or 1 trillion naira or 700 billion naira, what will it do for Nigeria? Let's just look, and I'm using this opportunity to call upon our senators, our politicians, get sense. President Buhari, where are you looking? This must stop. Because our people are always afraid of offending religious leaders. You will need to offend them. At least you are not taking taxes from their of tithe and offering, from the money they are collecting in their churches. You don't take, that is already good enough. That is already enough generosity. But to still be paying them to travel abroad, first of all, this doesn't even extend to everybody. If you want to be fair to all believers, then sponsor all believers and become bankrupt the next day. So why should you be sending and sponsoring some elite part of believers and others don't even benefit from it? Stop it altogether. Use the money to create jobs. Can you imagine how many graduates are graduating from our schools every year? At least 2 million Nigerian graduates every year that are coming out of college. They don't know what to do. They are jobless. Do you know that 700 billion could create as many jobs as possible for our young people? In Nigeria as a whole, we don't have any standard hospital. You know how many hospitals that 700 billion could build? We could build a standard, world standard, the best hospitals in the world, 7 in every geopolitical zone, and then Abuja. We could build 7 of the highest level of hospitals in the world if we would just stop for 1 year sponsoring those Christians and Muslims to Mecca and Jerusalem. You know, if now we see all these things that the insurgents are doing to our country. They are kidnapping people every day. They are killing people, the Sudanese men, kidnappers, insurgents, you don't even know who. Now, if we put that kind of money in our security system, we'll be able to buy enough jets and thunder aircraft jet that will be able to fly and be able to see what is happening and be able to combat kidnapping and security. We'll be able to resolve the security problem very easily. And 700 billion naira, that will buy us how many of these? It will buy this kind of jet, over 160 of them. Nigeria doesn't even have 50 of them right now. We can buy 160 of them. The operations of the pirates. They are stealing our oil all the time. The militants and people, all kind of bunking. What they call it? Is it bunkering? They call it stealing of oil everywhere But this could be combated by what they call gunboats. And these gunboats, with this kind of money, we can buy 30,000 of such gunboats to be able to calm all our waters and be able to stop all kind of bunkering that is going on right now. We could secure our country. We could use this money to bring security. Let's talk about children that are out of school. 15 million of them that are out of school. This money could build as many schools as possible. In fact, this money, 700 billion naira, could build 70,000 new schools in Nigeria. 70,000 new schools. 70,000 new schools. That might even be more than all the schools that we have right now. New ones. And the ones that we have, they need to be reconstructed. Just 700 billion that we are spending every year on these religious people. Then you have all these Yahoo people that are causing us problems. I've already suggested it. Let's convert the Yahoo boys into technology, and computer, ITC experts. That kind of money, 700 billion, will build, let's say, over 10,000 centers, ICT centers, the modern, the most sophisticated computer centers all over the country. 10,000 computer centers, that will take all our children off the street. What are our people thinking about? What are our politicians thinking about? These are things that could easily be done. We can resolve the problem of 419 just as easily like that. Electricity problem. All the citizens of Nigeria have been complaining about meter, that they can't pay for meter. So many Nigerians cannot pay for that meter. And the meter is too expensive for them. Let's just stop paying the religious leaders for 1 year. And that money can buy meters for like 10 million Nigerian homes. The poorest of the poor, they be sponsored and get the meters for free. Just because of 1 year, stopping 1 year to pay for the for the pilgrimage of the religious people? What about safe water? What about drinking water? I mean, all 80% of the schools in Nigeria, they don't have water. They don't have drinking water, water system. What about the homes? But with that kind of money, if you stop paying for pilgrimage just for 1 year, we will be able to build 10 million boreholes. That 10 million boreholes will take care of all the schools, all universities, all local government buildings, all government buildings. And we are wasting that money, spending it on religious people who are already collecting their money, tithe and offering. The same kind of money Nigeria is spending on religious traditional leaders. That's why we don't have money for hospitals or for children, for electricity, for water, for anything. What about the workers? The workers are striking, university workers, hospital workers. We can pay everybody's salary just if we stop sponsoring the pilgrimage for 1 year. What else can I say? Stop killing Nigeria and stop killing Nigerians. And you politicians, if you have heart, do something about it. For the love of God, church and nation.